Welcome everybody back to Effing. This is literally effing Banished. You'll have to forgive me if you can hear any rogue music going on this afternoon, because somebody somewhere, to begin with I thought it was my upstairs neighbour. I was like, no, there's no way that it's my upstairs neighbour, because he doesn't usually do this. He does a lot of other things but not this. They started playing really loud music. So this morning we had an hour of like salsa, I think it was, and now we've gone into this sort of slightly downbeat kind of stuff, which is, you know, great if you want to listen to it, not so great if you don't want it picked up on your stream. So let's hope that the Banished music overrides that. Welcome back to my disaster. We're not near any water, that's the problem. We're not really near any water. So I spent quite a lot of the last episode trying to kind of like come over here just a bit, just a little bit, so we can get to this river where I've decided I want my trading post. But for the time being, they're all having to walk too far for stuff anyway. But food doesn't look like it's a problem anymore, which is good at least. What we do need to do is cut some trees down. So what I might do is put a little stockpile here, like that, so I get it straight away. And then, where's my tree cutting? It's here. Just make them cut sort of around here a bit. See if they do it. They might not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they love it. You give them something to do, they think it's great. Sometimes, not so much. So, let's see what happens. And hope that we don't get too much going on during this. Because it's nice and calming, which is why I've decided to play it. Look at them working. This is Asher. She's 14. She isn't educated because I closed the schools down temporarily because I needed people. She's carrying some trout around, which is a very important job, but I am really glad that the food situation isn't a problem. It's just everything else is now a problem, particularly firewood. I've just put in a new firewood person down here. So I don't know where they think they are. I have definitely got 2 woodcutters on there. And I've also marked up all of these trees for destruction, so they better get on with it. There's some very strange sounds go on in the background of this game. I don't know what they're supposed to be. Look, there's no firewood anywhere, so everybody's going to die, aren't they? I've asked them to go off and chop loads of trees down, and I've got 2 woodcutters. So we need to do that, don't we? Goodness sake, do I have to prioritise everything myself around here? Yes, apparently I do. Yeah, there's no point in me telling me that there's no wood. I know this! Ah! Oh, I'm just going to end up loads of people dying here. Because the locusts are odd and don't do the things they're supposed to do. I'm going to take a fisherman off and get a labourer back here. Is there anything else I could potentially take off? I don't think there is. That's frustrating. Never mind. Never mind. I can see some people are with me. God, it's quiet this afternoon. Maybe it's everybody at the party. Going... Can only see a handful of people around, but hello. You're very quiet as well. I do have my perpetual lurkers. Joanna Banana is not one of those lurkers. Good afternoon to you. From Twitch. Can you poke these people and make them cut down trees? Because they really need to do that. It's -7. Oh, they're gonna die. They're gonna die! The idiots! Oh, you. Who are you? Oh, it's Generald. Well, Generald's pretty good. Generald has saved us on more than one occasion. What I need you to do, Generald, please, is chop some trees down. I don't quite know... Where are you going? Oh, over here? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oof. Joanna says, I'm about to be in a video staff meeting that I'm not looking forward to, so I'm playing your stream on my phone. Please don't tell them that. I don't want to get you sacked. Video staff meeting though. What country are you in? Because here we're really weirdly we're on a bank holiday, which is a bit annoying because well, it's not annoying. Obviously, I love bank holidays, but it's it would have been nice if they could have given us the Monday and the Friday. To be honest, that would have been good. Yeah, it's really weird. It really does feel like Saturday here. It feels so much like Saturday that no matter what I do, I cannot convince myself that it's Friday. I really hope it's Friday that I've said that. Hello for Putin in YouTube, welcome to you. Joanna says she's on the east coast of the US. Oh, whereabout? I know the east coast a little bit, a very little bit. Have some family there. And also I support the Florida Panthers, which is the very, very, very southeast coast. Almost as far southeast as you can get, I think. Right, it stops snowing. It's now only -1. That's good, but we're still not doing what we need to do. I'm just starting to see some logs. Oh, I'm just starting to see some wood cutting. Wood cutting, that's awesome. Joanna's in Virginia, near DC. Do have a couple of people who follow this who have lived in America but are British, so maybe they will pop in. One of them is, I think, might be Carolina, one of the Carolinas. I can hear some chopping going on. This is good. This is good. I can see some firewood starting to be lugged. Oh look, it's Eliseo, whose name I can never say. Eliseo. He did quite well in the last episode as well. I've got loads of food now, haven't I? I say loads. Obviously that's not loads, but enough to allow me to free up some fishermen and get some more labourers, because firewood is more important at the moment. What have I paused down here, incidentally? Oh, the well! The well! Well, I was going to have a well down here when, finally, I have enough stone to do it, because we're not near any water. Everybody is basically in danger of being set on fire as well, so... I have to say, I think that the fish lake is doing pretty well, because there's loads of food coming out of it, which is brilliant. And they're gathering loads of stone as well. Where's the stone coming from? Is it up here? Did I tell them to gather all of this? Oh, I did tell them to gather all of this, and then I decided that was silly. Did I leave some of it marked still? I don't know. Anyway, that will come in useful. Nice bit of spare stone. Oh, it's down here. Look, they're down here. Oh man. Oh god. Right. Okay. Call this off. Whoa. Call this off. I don't want you. No, I don't want you down here. I want you to be a lot closer, chopping the trees down, please. As much as I love the stone. They've obviously been doing a lot of work down here as well. No wonder that we're missing. Unfortunately, I've now got some freezing people. That's not good at all. Please, can we help the freezing people? I feel terrible. I need you to do the cutting. Come on. This is Gennard. That's not the same person. Or Gennard. It's Gennard, the 13-year-old woodcutter. It's up to you to save the village, Gennard. I don't know what am I saying here. The blinking fishing people couldn't even save themselves from starvation, so... Right, I've now got no body freezing, but I have got a number of houses that need some firewood, which should be okay if I can just get them to chop the trees down here, and then Gennard can have a good bash at them. That would be good. Let's prioritise here. I have asked them to come out way too far. No, never mind. Up here is the important bit now. That's good. I'm just gonna take my headphones off because I want to see if ooch is still going on. No, it isn't. Maybe there's been a murder. People are really inconsiderate. Let's just be honest about this. People are staggeringly inconsiderate of each other, but anyway. Like taking all the food, that's what they do in this one. We got 38 pieces of venison for a family of 3. A nice, almost like a smorgasbord buffet going on here for a family of 2. In fact, Gennard is shacked up with a 10-year-old. Really need to find a mod to fix that. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. Anyway, look, I can see some trees coming down. This is why I call them the locusts, because when they really get going, they can strip entire woods completely in nanoseconds. It's brilliant. "17 degrees now, so presumably firewood won't be a problem, or as much of a problem, but at least we can get some for next year. In fact, we just need lots of logs generally, because if I want to build anything more, I'm not going to be able to do it with 2 logs. Come on, locusts, do your locusting, please. I bet you anything, if I told them to build a path over it, they'd just do it, because that's what they're like. I don't think it takes a lot of effort to build a path, so they just do it. But yeah, check out all of these animals that I'm going to be able to kill. And no doubt we can get some more fish out of this river, and then we can trade all my herbs for something more useful, like seeds or anything. Anything at all. In the previous stream, Timo, who is ridiculously generous, gave me some money to buy Ostrif, which apparently is kind of the spiritual successor to this game, so I'm thinking I might just hold off until the Steam sale just in case they reduce it a little bit. But then we'll be able to play a sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, upgraded version. I don't know anything about it at all, other than it looks a bit like this. I wish they'd upgrade this, to be honest. I'm waiting for Banished 2. We've fixed all the problems, but no. I do like the fact that it's still really popular. I think the music's probably the most addictive bit. I think that's why I used to sit up until about 3 o'clock in the morning playing this when it first came out, because of the music. But anyway. Right, how are we doing this? We've got some logs now. And Gennard is doing quite well on the firewood. Excellent. Ideally, I could do with getting people back into education, but I also need people at the moment, because it's not great that nobody's being educated. I have 9 children. I suppose it would cost me 1 adult to get the school working again, so maybe I should do that. And then anybody else who comes through will hopefully be a bit quicker, unless I close the school again. Got a woodcutter here as well. Is it you? Is it this person? Yep. Catharon, who is always getting something to eat. He's lived on his own for years, with eating his onions. He never seems to be actually cutting wood. He usually seems to be just, I don't know, messing about. What are you doing? Gathering food. Well, are your onions not enough for you? This is what, do you see what I mean? Just eat your onions and stop taking food that everybody else could be having. Dear oh dear. Anyway, it looks like he's gone back to do his job now, so that's something. Have you gone back to do your job now? Yeah? Good. Right. Excellent. That should help people up here out, at least. Meanwhile, have you come to chop some trees down? Camerlin. Getting to know all the people now. Actually, there's a few people starting to come down here. That's good. The food situation's well and truly sorted itself out, hasn't it? Wow. That fishing is really successful. For the time being, I'm just going to take another fishing person off. Of course, it could be the gatherers, but I think it's the fishing. I could even take a hunter off and just get people to sort out the wood situation, and then that would be better, I think. I'm going to need some more tools at some point as well. In fact, let's just pop somebody on tools. Just so that I don't end up with people not having tools, because that's not good. Ah, awesome. Just needed to chill. I do find this really relaxing. I also like the fact that sometimes I can just leave it and wander off. If you play it at 1 speed, because we're on double speed at the moment, you can play it up to 10 speed, in which case everything goes really quick. Animals rampaging around at 10 speed, but 1 speed is a little bit slow for streaming because nothing really happens very much. But I love it because I can set them up to do things and wander off and do other things and not have to focus on it and not have to focus my eyes on the screen. When I come back, they've almost done the things and I can tell them to do other things, so that kind of works quite nicely. Right, how are we doing with firewood in homes? Not very well. If this was Coffee Shop Simulator, I'd be able to put their wages up so that I got a 20% performance boost out of my woodcutters, but you can't do that in this. There's no money in this. Just trading. I can see some wood lurking around here. I have a different view on things. Look at it this way instead. I started down here. If you didn't watch the first couple of streams, I started down here and sort of in a bit of a hollowed out valley, and soon realised I couldn't get to any water, which wasn't good. And what I ended up having to do to get more resources was put a great big path in down here and attempt to eke out a market so I could put houses in, so I could build fishing things on here to get some food. And actually it's worked reasonably well. There have been some deaths, I'm not gonna lie. Particularly last time out when, yeah, it just went a bit wrong, but I know the reserve of firewood is low, but at least I've got some. It's like having your own personal drone. So my aim is to obviously get wood, but then obviously after that, make my way to the trading post. Because on my way to the trading post, all these paths and things, what I should be able to do as well... Actually, I've just realised that there is a path here, and they haven't built it, so they obviously don't want to come out here yet, which is good. But what I want to do is make a bit more down here, some more homes, maybe another... I don't know, I don't think I could stand another market, but I need some sort of base here. I don't know whether another market would fit. Oh, it would. Ooh. Mm. Okay, because that's quite a good place to put homes. That market would feed everybody. So I might end up doing that. Oh, hello Karen. She says, yeah, Banished! Need food! I've got food. I've just had food as well. Paputin says, it's good to start Friday with a stomach full of Friday sushi. Oh, wow. Maybe more people will join me as their working days finish. I've kind of forgotten it's like... we've got a non-working day here, but obviously nowhere else is going to be celebrating VE Day in quite the same way, I imagine. At least not in, like, Finland or America. In France, perhaps. But I think France gets more public holidays than we do anyway, so... But yep, it is Friday. Friday can officially begin. In Effing. It's Effing Friday. That joke will never get old. That was the very first town name that it gave me in the randomizer, and I laughed and laughed and laughed. I was like, yes, it's my effing town. I'm easily pleased. Right, how are we doing now? What's this? Oh yeah, the blacksmith's done his job, so we can get the blacksmith away, which is good. Food's just started to go down a bit, isn't it? So let's get that person, or whoever takes their place, back onto fish. And yeah, we're just starting to get firewood, so we've just got one house that could do with some. It would be okay. Karen is working in Canada but at home, but is baking bread. Oh, I bet the smell is amazing. What kind of bread? What kind of bread? We love this. We love this on this channel. Please, please tell us all about your food. We will listen very intently. Had a few people baking bread. I couldn't even get hold of flour when all of this started. I wouldn't bake bread. I've got a tiny, disturbingly tiny kitchen, so I can't really do much of anything at all, which is horrible. So I probably wouldn't bake bread, but I suppose I could get a bread making machine, but I haven't got enough counter space for it, unfortunately. But I'd be very interested in your bread. Okay, we've got some firewood now. That's good. For some reason these people... Oh, this person. This is Huel, the gatherer. Has no firewood. Don't really know why. The food's on a bit of a hair trigger, isn't it? Look, it's already going back up. That's good. Oh, it's the Blazing Wizard Pope, Mr. Weed Wacky. It says, happy birthday, thank you. I've got a new name due to some amazing event. I'm not completely sure that I want to know. But I hope it was great. Karen is making organic whole wheat and sourdough. I'm assuming that's two things. Organic whole wheat and sourdough. How exciting. Is sourdough the one where you put it all in a bowl and feed it sugar? Or am I thinking of something different? Because there is one that you can make last forever, isn't there? If you just sort of feed it sugar. Is it some German thing? Oh, they're doing alright now, these locusts, aren't they? This is great. It's improving. I hope they all live over here, because otherwise they've got a bit of a long walk home. Oh, they're doing down here as well. Yay! Oh, that's good. And my herbs are going up, because I think that when they cut the trees down, the herbs start getting gathered as well. It's so nice to see them all working properly again, because last time I did have a bit of a problem getting them to do things. Oh, ooh! Oh, thank you. I'm sure this should be dinging. I don't know why it's not dinging. It's not dinging on money anymore. Sorry, I just... it's not... But thank you. Thank you, the blazing wizard pope. Thank you very much indeed. That's brilliant. That's super generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That can go in the Ostriv fund, not ostrich fund. I'm not buying an ostrich. The Ostriv fund. I've had a few games actually. People have been really generous this year. I've had car driving, I've had puzzle game, I've had frog adventures. I don't know what that is, but we'll probably have to do that as a stream because apparently they're really short. I've had money for Ostriv, I've had money for takeaway, but that's not a game. What was the other one? Somebody sent me something else. Oh, it was Rob. Sent me... Blah. What's it called? It's a card game about superheroes. It's a bit like kind of a one-deck dungeon type idea. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Sentinels of the Multiverse it's called. Sentinels of the Multiverse. So you sort of create your own comic strip through playing cards, which is kind of cool. Right, this is looking much better now. I've got a bit of everything. And I've got 2 children in school. That's good. Right, what I might do then, I might risk putting some more houses down here. My biggest concern is fire. Because fires can spread and I've got no well. But I'm going to need 40 stone if I want a well. Down here. 4 logs and 40 stone. I'll get them going on it. And we'll just see how they do. And I did tell them not to cut the stone anymore. But I might just ask them to sneakily do a little bit more down here, which I'm sure they will. Karen says, your laps. Sorry, forgive me. My laps. The chat's behind me talking, so I don't know what that connected to. But, God, the weather's awful, isn't it? No wonder the locusts don't really like me very much. Making them walk around with no shelter. But this isn't like Parkitect where you can put shelter in. They have to go back to their homes or somebody else's home. I hope a message did come up when you did that. I'm a bit worried about the lack of a ding. Normally if somebody subscribes or gives me money or does anything, it should ding, but recently I have had no ding. And it should appear on the screen, but that's all been a bit weird recently. Hello, Astra Gali, welcome to you. Karen's making bread. You might want to talk to her about that because we're all quite excited about it. I think we should all interrogate Karen about the bread. I'm worried now about... Have I turned off? No, my alert box is showing as visible. And my dinging is showing as audible. How odd. Karen says you ran laps around your flat and we donated to Whole Food Association. I did. What was that connected to? I did run laps around my flat and we made $310 for the Global Food Banking Network, which they counted as a major donation, and I got like an email from some important person thanking us, which was terrific. If I thought I could do that again, I'd do it, I tell you. Paputin says homemade bread is so good, but I'm too full now. That'll teach you. I've had pizza. I had pizza again. I wasn't really missing it quite as much as before, because I'd had quite a lot of it. But yeah, the good thing about the pizza shop that I buy from, because we have a huge selection around here, we've got about 50 takeaways, 50 that will deliver around here. But I have found a pizza place that I think is just a little bit better than the others. And their delivery staff are really nice and they're sort of sensible, and you get free garlic bread if you spend about a certain amount of money and this sort of thing. But they do cake. They do these big slabs of... It's only like a, big catering cake. But yeah, for about £2.50 you can have an enormous slice of either chocolate fudge cake or it might be... Is it carrot cake or something? And they're so big that last time I think it might have taken me 3 goes to actually eat it all because it's so sugary. And yeah, it just helps to be able to order in a bit of cake when you can't just go out and get cake, or at least not without risking your life. So yeah, it helps. I also got a can of Rubicon something. Does anybody remember that? I don't know which one it is. Rubicon Mango, it might be. They used to do several ones, didn't they? Rubicon Mango, Rubicon Guava, and was it lychee or something equally unlikely as a soft drink? I'm not sure what this one is. I might have to go off and have a look in a minute just because I can't remember, and that's going to play on my mind for the entire stream. Karen says, happy belated birthday. If we lived closer, I'd deliver a loaf. Oh, if only. If anybody would like me to invite me to live in their country, I would do it, because I don't like this country at the moment. In fact, I don't like it full stop, but the snow's back. They're going to want loads of firewood again, aren't they? Damn you! Yeah, well, hopefully my woodcutters will do the job. How are we doing with this? They've just done all of the logs and some of the stone. I'm going to have a look now. Just bear with me for a moment. I just need to have a look. Well. Hello, Crystal Crow. Hello there. Thank you for your belated birthday wishes, and I hope that things go well for you. I'm assuming you're having some injections there. There's a bit of an exciting development here. That Rubicon is Rubicon Tropical, which is guava, orange, mango, apricot, I think it was, and something else. I can't remember what the something else was. I've never had that before. I always thought that Rubicon was just single flavours, but this is a mixed one. Oh, God. Awesome. I've got some other drinks. I've never done a taste test of drinks, have I, on the channel? But I actually have got some. I've got a couple of Polish ones, like Polish sort of fruit juice things. Maybe I should just drink a can of Rubicon live, you never know. How many people will watch that? Probably none. Anyway, we've got a lot more people here now. I'm assuming people are starting to get off work, starting to come on in. So, right, how are we doing with this now? 36, so I need 4 more stone, but I don't have any at the moment. But they are clearly down around here. I stopped them from coming down here, and now I'm regretting that. I might just get them to do it again. If we just do a thin line down to the stone, and then they can get rid of these trees as well. Putin says you're always welcome to move here. If only. Oh, if only. Yeah, if somebody can find me a, you know, a job and a house and a visa, that'd be great. Karen says you're more than welcome to come here, but you're only closer to the USA's Witchamacaladork. Yeah, okay. Actually, it's Crystal. Crystal and Mark used to live in the US. Karen's in Virginia near DC. And I was saying, I'm sure some of my subscribers used to live in the US. One of them still is in the US. Fascinating fact. Meanwhile, we are just living in Effing. It's an effing mess. Honestly, that joke, I'm telling you, it's never going to get old. It's also going to make sure that my videos aren't aimed at kids. Anyway. Right, got 4-figure food now. Effing's got 4-figure food. Woo! No. You see, I didn't call the town Effing. It called itself Effing. Because weirdly, the very first name that came up was Effing, and I just went, yeah, that'd be hilarious. You know, in the randomizer thing. And it is hilarious, and it's been a running joke. You know me, I like weird town names. I've had all sorts of weird things, but Effing is just gold. Karen says there's an Effingham in Ontario in Canada. You're right, there is. I've seen that before and it made me laugh. Right, let's have a look. Where's... Oh, look. They've done all of their moving things from there to there. So, ooh! Luana, straight on the building there. Wow, she's desperate to have a name, a well named after her. Desperate to make a name in Effing. Effing Luana. Is anybody going to help you? I have tried to put somebody else on. Normally you have somebody who looks like you helping you, don't you? Is this other purple person going to help you? No. Oh, I've got loads of food now. Right, I'm going to take the fishy person back off. Oh, who's this? This is Max Wellis. Oh, Max Wellis copped out straight away there. Max Wellis, are you going to help? Yes, there we go, good. It's like two people playing 7 Days to Die. This is me playing 7 Days to Die the other night. Last night it was. Building a big wood base. Didn't have a well though. Oh. Hoping that we're going to finish that then. Got loads of herbs, haven't I? This is great. Eventually, when I get a trading post, should be able to sell them. Not massively easily, but reasonably. I did put a big path in, you know. It's interesting. I did put a path in, and they haven't come to build it. So this must be the outer reaches of what they're prepared to do. So what I could probably do with doing is maybe... How far does this market go? I could probably just put some houses here. I could make my woodcutter a little house. Let's probably get a couple in there. We're now talking about stupid town names. Obviously Effing is not stupid at all. The Blazing Wizard, I'm going to have to just call you Blazing, I think, says there's a town called Accident in Canada. Oh, Nemitz says Effingham, Ontario is about a 2-hour drive. You need to visit. You just need to visit and tell them that there's an Effing in cyberspace. Oh, we've got our well now. Yay! Well, if anything sets on fire, at least these lot will be okay. They won't be here, though. I need another well down here. I'm trying to think of silly town. I mean, we have some silly places in Britain. Of course we do. Britain is the place of silly places, isn't it? We have a place called Sandy Balls. I can't think of anywhere around me that's hilarious, but yeah, there are quite a lot of hilarious places in Britain. Oh, it's near Niagara Falls. Nice. Cool. Not doing well on logs and stone here. I think I might need to get them to prioritise this little strip here. Oh, don't dong at me. Firewood. I know. They keep using it. That's the problem. If they stop using stuff, it'll be alright. Right, let's see if that makes any difference. Might just leave them to it for a little bit. Astrogali says there's the infamous one in Austria where people come and steal the town name signs. Oh, yes. It says think uncensored effing. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Speaking of stealing stuff, oh god, this was many years ago. Oh god, this was like 20 years ago, but there's a restaurant, or at least there used to be a long time ago. There's a restaurant in Budapest in Hungary called Fatal. Obviously you don't pronounce it Fatal, but it looks like Fatal Restaurant. And they give out the bill in a little wooden box with Fatal written on it, and people kept nicking the boxes. So it says, don't nick the box. I think you even had to pay a deposit just in case you decided to nick the box. And what they didn't expect me to do was nick the menu, because it was a big thick paper thing, and I shoved it up my sleeve. So yeah, there we go. I owe you one menu, Fatal Restaurant, which actually I still have, but it'll be wildly out of date now. I don't often get up to thieving, but yeah, couldn't resist. God knows what possessed me. I don't know. I think it just made me laugh. In retrospect, I should have just gone for one of the boxes. But never mind. I'm trying to think now of other... I mean, we have so many... We have awful road names around Britain. I'm sure if you were to put that into a famous internet search engine, you'd find all sorts of things. Crystal Crow says, Pennsylvania has a town named Intercourse. It does. I was reminded of that by Joe Biden saying Intercourse the other day, which was formerly Cross Keys. I'm assuming the Intercourse is that... Is it Rhodes Crossing or something like that? They also have 3 mountain peaks all named Bald Knob. Astrocali says there's a Pissy Beds Lane in the Stainforth area. I mean, everything about that is unfortunate, if that's true. Oh god, I would say all sorts of horrible places, some of which I wouldn't even be able to read out on air. But I don't think there's anything near me. Oh, rather brilliantly, I can see, Karen, that you have said that there's a place in Newfoundland called Dildo, and rather brilliantly the message is held for review. I'm going to show that one. There we go. Obviously some words don't mean what they used to mean, or at the very least weren't quite as dubious as they now are, but anything with knob in it is always going to be vaguely entertaining. Oh! Everybody's messages are getting held for review. Ah, this is brilliant. I'm going to show that one. Sorry, every time I show that one, Banished pauses irritatingly. In Denmark, we have 3 villages which, if the names are translated, become front buttock, rear buttock and lower buttock. Oh, there are plenty of reports of towns called Hell coming in. Yep. There's a place in Oklahoma called Nowhere. Is that not just Oklahoma? Blazing says, Norway's town... I've been there and I've been to Norway's town named Hell, so I have been to effing Hell and back. Oh, that's really funny. What's not really funny is my lack of resources. Grr. I'm also going to have to put somebody back on coats. Get a tailor on. I've got 5 kids in school now, and 9 children who aren't in school. Wow. That's good. What I need now is more locusts, because I've got plenty of food. Firewood's a problem, but we'll get there. I need all hands. I mean, I could just release the kids from school, but I just feel a bit bad about it if I do that. There's a town in Australia called Tittybong. What is Bong? That's in a few other Australian names, Australian town names, is it? Or is it Ong? Because there's like Wollongong or something. I don't know anything about Australian culture whatsoever. I can hear you. Oh, who is it? It's Yvonne, who is an uneducated but super happy 16-year-old labourer who can cut trees down and then randomly pick up a box of fish. What? Why would you... there's something I'll never understand about the whole fish situation. Why do they carry around boxes of fish? 'Cause some of them die of starvation while still carrying around boxes of fish. I don't know whether it's a bug, I don't know whether I've missed something, I don't know. It's very, very weird. Right, I'm going to build a house. Oh no, I'm not going to build a house. I haven't got enough stuff to build a house. Fine, I'll wait then. Moss says there's a place called Loch Erebol, pronounced as Hairy Ball. Is Loch a start with an H then in Gaelic? Oh no, I see what you mean. Oh sorry, Erebol. Yes. Oh god, my god. That's how flipping out. That's how tired I am. Yeah, I get it. Billabong says bong means dead. Oh god, does it? So what's Billa? Bong means dead? That's bizarre. What? What? Why would you do that? Why do you name your town after dead things? Is it, unless I suppose it would be a place of marking where something was. Like you'd get your bearings by where the dead things are. I'm not sure about that at all. Well, we have gone down a little cultural avenue here, haven't we? About something that I know nothing about. There are animals frolicking amongst my iron here. I'm not very happy about that. I'll end up putting another hunting cabin in at some point. Next to the gatherer's hut here. Definitely got a bit of a wood problem. I find that the woodcutters are more efficient when there's loads of trees being cut down. I don't know why that is. That doesn't make sense to me. If you've got logs, why are you not just using them? But this game has its little quirks. But I am intrigued that they won't come any further along here. I'm really, really surprised about that. Astrogali says maybe the deer use the iron nodules like a salt lick. Maybe. Maybe they do. Oh, speaking of iron and lead, totally different game, but 7 Days to Die's had another update, and now there are just like these massive lumps of lead randomly on the ground. Oh, seriously, that game used to be like amazing. I still love it, but I do remember when it didn't just appeal to people who have no survival instincts or patience. I'd love to roll it back to Alpha 12 back in the good old days. Anyway, hello Impatient, welcome to you. Impatient's in Twitch. Welcome back to Effing. We're just talking about town names that might not be very rude, not very polite or pleasant. Because this is my effing town. At least I can honestly say that it's not for kids, because I often worry that somebody will go, oh, computer game video, oh, it's for children. It's not for kids. Impatient asks if this is a city builder like Settlers or Pharaoh. Kind of. It's not quite a city builder in as much as there's no there's no economy or... I think, to be honest, it's more of a casual game than anything. It's just about surviving. It's just making sure that you just breed as much as possible and take over a big map. But the only financial system is a trader once you've built it. That's about it. And there's no... Like, you get events sometimes. You might get a fire or some, like, dysentery or something. But no, there's not... It's not quite as advanced as that. It's just ridiculously addictive. My food's gone down. That's not good. Actually, that's gone down quite a lot. Where's that? Better get it back. I've actually never played Pharaoh. Is that a really old game? Is that like... I've got it in my head that might be kind of DOS or even early Windows game. Is that the case? Probably need to go on a DOS games dive at some point. I haven't done that in a long time. Pharaoh was a DOS game. Probably get it for free for somewhere now, can't I? Or on GOG. Haven't got time. I haven't got time to play all these games. I never play a game like properly anymore. It's just like a bit here, a bit there. Right, woodcutter seems to be doing something. That's good. That's good. And I'm starting to get my food back, which is great. So what I'm going to do, I would say I've got just enough resources now to build some houses. So what I'm going to do, I can't get any on the other side of the road, so I'm going to put one there. Hopefully the woodcutter will have the sense to live in it. And I could probably make a little area here. And then we can start coming over here, because the market at the moment goes up to there. So I could probably get 2, maybe 3 houses. And then hopefully that will make people closer to over here. They'll start work over here, then we can spread over here, and then get trader, and then we're good. That would be great. Hello, Richard. He just says, food! I agree. Impatient says, yeah, it is a city. Pharaoh is a city builder, but it's bundled with Cleopatra. What's Cleopatra? Is that like Pharaoh but in pink? Karen congratulates me on my build of my Lego roller coaster. Oh my god, yeah. I'm not sure about hours of enjoyment so much as just hours of laser sharp focus. It is, it's not the easiest set, that. The gears and things are quite difficult, but also it's all the pillars. I ended up with, in fact, I would go so far as to say that my thumbs, even now, are still a little bit tender. Because making all of those pillars, you have to thread the white pieces onto a black stick, or whatever colour stick. And it blinking hurts, because it's quite stiff, and they don't go on very easily, so you have to push them down. And wow, god, does that do you some damage. It's a bit like playing the guitar. It's what playing a guitar does to your fingers when you first start playing. And there's like 3 sections of that. Other people said that they didn't enjoy it. I actually really enjoyed doing all of that. I enjoyed all of it. There wasn't any bit of it where I thought, oh god, no. And they split it up really well, so you build one of the shops and then you build half a roll, like one of the halves. It's more like a third and 2/3. So you build the third, and then you do your base bits with your pond and whatever else, and then you do a bit more of your struts, and then you do another little shop and some people, and it's just quite nicely designed. It's nicely split up, so you never really get bored. And it annoyed me a little bit actually that some of the reviews are like, oh, this is boring. I was like, well, it's a roller coaster. What exactly do you expect? You've got to build the supports for it. When you start putting the track on, it gets really exciting. Then you start thinking, yay! But yeah, there were some very odd complaints about it, and I love it. Every time I walk past it, I have to just have a little go. And I tried messing about with some of the pieces. Uh oh, we've had a death. Sorry, Asher the vendor has died during childbirth. That's terrible. Well, wow. Okay, that's lowered the mood a little bit. That means I need another vendor, and I haven't got any people. I might have to let the kids out of school again. But oh god, what was I saying now? Sorry, I've been thrown by the fact that somebody's just died of really tragic death there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I have some spare roller coaster pieces from another set that I have, which is a space set, weirdly. And I was trying to put a left turn in, so I was trying to put in a little bit, like extend the far end of it so that the carriages went round a left and came back in a big loop, because it goes really quickly, so I wouldn't have needed any more velocity on the carriages. But I just had one little bit that I didn't have enough of, and that was really annoying. But I would have had to build more supports and stuff. If you want an absolutely, in fact there's more than one. Lots of people have modified it, but there are two particular ones. There's a YouTube video of some people who bought 3 and made one massive roller coaster out of the 3 sets. There's another one with a guy who adjusted it so it has the loop in it. He bought 2 sets and managed to get it to loop, which is really clever. And then actually there is a third video not related to that set, where somebody has built a Lego wooden roller coaster. It's like a replica of one of some roller coaster famous one somewhere, and it's brilliant. I mean, it's just utterly fantastic. That one is massive. It's like 3 meters long or something. That's a little rabbit hole, Lego roller coasters. But now they've got the Lego roller coaster pieces, it's much easier to do stuff like that. So yes, it's very good. Did I find out where the missing part went? No, I have never found out where that missing part went. I keep looking. In fact, there are two bits, both of which look like they should be in the construction. I was looking for a list of spare parts, because there's one site that used to do reviews of Lego sets and told you what the spare parts were at the end, and I tried to find that, but it didn't say. So I mean, it's all working, all looks fine, so I don't know whether maybe I got some extras, or I think it's very unlikely. It's much more likely that I messed up, but as I've not been able to find it, I'm not going to worry about it. One thing I did realise was that my trees were wrong. I'd left a part out the trees, so they look a different shape now. They look the shape they're supposed to be now, but yeah. I will not step on it one day, because it is up on a sideboard. So actually, if you could directly step into the middle of it and it wouldn't do you any harm, because there's nothing in the middle. I was looking at that earlier thinking, that's an excellent place for some blue pieces to make it look like water. But anyway. Right, so what have we got here? Are they building my house? No. I need some more people. I don't know whether I can wait for them to come out of school again. I might just have to let them out of school, because I'm in desperate need of more people. It's just I feel really sorry for them not getting an education. I wonder how old my students are. The thing is that doesn't always indicate when they're going to leave school, because they don't sort of graduate at any one time. They just graduate after they've spent a certain amount of time in the school. So if they're having to walk ages to get to the school, then it takes longer to graduate. But anyway. Right, Richard said, oh, it's stepping on the missing part. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe it will. No, hang on a minute. No, sorry, it's not missing. It's extra parts. I'm sorry, a bit misleading there. No, the parts aren't missing. It's that they're in the bag. They're left in the bag, and I'm convinced that they belong in the model. Oh, I'm going to have to let the blinking school out again here, aren't I? I don't think I've got a choice. Oh, that's annoying. Right, go. Right, and get an extra builder on. And I can get a blacksmith on, and everybody else can just chop things, or they could do some more food as well. So I'd put an extra fisherman on. And maybe if I mark up these trees and this stone here, if I could get them to rip all of this down, and they can build that house as well. Uh-oh, somebody hasn't got a tool. 2 people haven't got tools. Well, we've got tools in stock, so you're going to have to stop being lazy and go and get one. Bit of techno. I can't hear the music anymore. I reckon somebody has told them off again. I mean, who the hell plays really loud music and then does it again? I just don't. It really annoys me. Anyway. Right, well, person without a tool coming here. But you've got a tool because it's over your shoulder. What's wrong with you? Tool? None. Well, what's that? A9? How odd. Oh, look, they're starting to come out here now. Oh, they've done loads of the path. They've come up here. Well, why is that? How odd. We haven't even built this house yet, but because I put that house there, they seem to be coming a bit further. That's a bit strange. Oh well, you just do what you want. Oh dear. Impatient, rather ominously, says Jenny. On the topic of simulation games, have you played Cities in Motion? No. No, I haven't ever done those. The transport ones kind of annoy me a bit. As we all know from my City Skyline stuff, transport's not really my strong point. I have looked at them and I have thought, oh, that's cool. But there's kind of a limit to the number of games I'm prepared to buy that I know that I will only play about 20 minutes of, or not at all. But yeah, let's face it, my transport performance is not the best, is it? It's not the best. When I say it's not the best, it's absolutely shocking. Add an extra hunter back in there. I'm worried about the food situation. I don't know where all my food's gone. Somebody's being effing greedy. I actually don't really want them to come down here. I probably shouldn't tell them to do this. Oh, there's a child. No child. No child. Don't come down here. You'll never get back again. Right, they're not bothering with this house, are they? Karen says, I love the detail in this game. Look at the river. Let's go back over to the river. It is lovely. The river does look very watery. You can even hear it. Can you hear that? And I love things like, I like the little plants. This is the stuff that they collect. And occasionally they leave these little boxes of food lying around. I don't know why. I have the creepiest picture where they just put like one of each kind of food next to each other in the middle of the floor for no reason at all. I'm going to have to tweet that because it's very strange. But yeah, look at this market. It doesn't look very good in the winter because it's snowing, but we've got a little sort of food stall. Oh, there's somebody's just picked up a box of fish there. That's one of the vendors with their little wheelbarrow thing. In fact, I've got to just follow the vendor. This is Alonson. Like when you put the paths in and stuff as well, it creates a little hill, cliff edge sort of thing. Some of the textures are a bit obvious and a bit flat. But yeah, some of the detail, the herbalist, here's the herbalist coming up on the right hand side here. This is kind of nice. Where are you going, Alonso? Not to the herbalist. I like the fact when you haven't built something you get little sort of foundations as well. There's my little storage cart. You going to the storage cart? He's going to the storage cart. So now there's some boxes in his little wheelbarrow there. They will cut the corner off my path. Thanks. I was trying to help. You won't be able to do that when I put all houses in it. I like the chickens as well. As you know, I do like the chickens. I think I might have been doing chicken impressions last time. But, yeah, I like the little tiny animals. There's a mod for pigs, but they're too pink. I know pigs are quite pink, but it just looks a bit weird. Alonson is getting something to eat. Very hard working. Nope. What we not got? Firewood again. I've got no food. Why have I got no food? What? Oh, for God's sake. Right, I've got 4 locusts. We'll get them on the food situation because I don't want them to starve after managing to get it back from the jaws of starvation last time. Yeah, nobody died. In the last episode, someone died. Right, I don't want them to do this path. This is silly. Let me just get rid of this to stop them from doing it, because there are much better things to be doing than this. Got a bit of free stone out of it because they had to hack the stone. I thought I told you to stop. Oi, you. Harl. Stop with the pathing. Right, how are we getting on down here now? They have sort of stripped away quite a lot of stuff. But nobody's interested in making the house. Which is odd. Got so many coats. Let's take the tailor off. Don't need that anymore. If anything, I need you on food. This is Ousterling, who we met last time. Not happy. Not at all happy. Take your anger out on a tree, yeah? Take it out. Take it out. Oh, loads of them down here. Brilliant. Go on, and another one. And another. Just get it! I could do with you in 7 days to die, because it takes me way longer than that. Right, so low on tools, I'm not quite sure why, because the blacksmith is operational. We're low on logs, because I don't have a forester. Actually, that's a point. I could probably save myself a lot of grief here by working towards having a forester lodge. So, what I could do, if I put it sort of here, I know that's a bit in the town and a bit in the lake, but that feels like it might not be a bad place. Anywhere else I think would be too far out. I can always move it anyway. Yeah, let's try and build a forester lodge instead of a house. I think that might be a bit more useful. Nobody's bothering with a house anyway. In fact, why are you still coming this way? Oh, you're coming over here. I was about to say, if you're going over there, I'm going to get really mad. I told you not to go over there, so... You hit it, Max Wellis! Just hate their lives, don't they? They hate their lives. Mind you, he's 66, so he's probably seen the whole sorry mess. The whole sorry effing mess. I might call the video that afterwards. Is that going to get me some sort of a strike? Ah, excuse me. Just need a drink. Pizza can do that to you. It's getting warm here as well. It's supposed to be 23 here today, and then... Sorry, tomorrow. 21 or something here today, 23 tomorrow, and then 9 on Sunday. So that'll make everybody go back in again. These citizens are not bad at social distancing, it has to be said. The coffee shop, that was bad. Nobody was socially distancing in the coffee shop, but we're not... Look, they seem to be keeping their distance here, so that's good. Well done, locusts. Could it just be that there are only 40 of you living in a very, very, very small town? That obviously helps. Right, I've got no firewood again. You can also hear my blinking upstairs neighbour banging around, so you can go away. Durr. Right, they're chopping these trees down, that's good. They seem to be quite enjoying chopping trees down, don't they? Just carry on doing lines of trees. Get a bonus tree if you can do down here. Please prioritise this forester lodge and then it'll be automatic. You don't have to think about it. Putin says the forecast says it will rain a lot on Monday morning. I don't think we've got that forecast here. I'll just check. Monday, no. 11 and sunny intervals and moderate breeze. Tell you what, sunrise 5:15, crumbs. In fact, on the 21st, the sun will rise at 4:59. Yikes. Karen says our spring is slow. Snow in the forecast today. It's -5, crumbs. Really? We do occasionally get snow here this late. I think I have heard of snow in June. I've certainly seen snow in May. I've known it snowed on snow on birthday before now. It's weird, isn't it, how weather just does something weird. This time of year is always very, very strange. Sometimes it can change from one end of the day to the next. Right, doing a bit of banished techno here. I'm going to make a track out of the Banished music and call it Priority. Increase priority. Right, we're out of food again. This is really worrying. Because being out of food should not be happening. Especially as I don't have any spare houses. On the plus side, I don't have any houses or people reporting that they're starving, so that's good. If I could get a Forester Lodge built, which they seem to be really happy to do. Look, see what I mean? How quickly they do things sometimes. They can take over the tree cutting for me. A bit like Raymond took over the coffee ordering or whatever it was for me yesterday. Speaking of details, incidentally, look at this. This is the gatherer's hut, and there's little crates of, I don't know, it looks like apples or something. That's cool. Is there anything around the other side? No, it's all the same stuff, I think. They are beautifully modelled. The mods are a bit disappointing sometimes because they just haven't got quite the same look about them. Like, if you put the dairy in or the, I don't know, let's say the pigs or whatever, like there are these little shops that you can put, like little stands, market stands and general stores and things, and they're just too, I don't know, they just don't look right. They don't look right. Maybe it's me being ridiculously fussy, but... Right, we only need 2 more logs on this now. That's good. If I had any logs. That's bad. Oh, that's right. Get rid of that tree there. Maybe that little one. Maybe some of the ones next to the fishing thing. No food. No food. I did say I'd put in another hunter's lodge, didn't I? I might do that now, as they seem to be quite keen to do things. Pop in another hunting cabin. Maybe opposite the lodge here? The gatherer's hut, sorry? Put it there and see whether they build it. Because I've got a reasonable amount of stone now, so we should be okay. Hopefully they'll just get on with it. But it would massively help me to have a Forester Lodge. 2 more logs, come on, we've got some in stock now. Get on with it. Oh, look, who is it? It's Paulette. We don't know Paulette. Paulette is a 13-year-old uneducated fisherman who has just completed the foundations for my Forester Lodge. Now we just need some builders. Are you a builder? No, you're a child. Well, you're no use still then, are you? Another child. Oh, got a person with a pointy stick. No, that's Luana, who's now a gatherer. She's done everything. That's Anning, the labourer. This is, oh, that's Gennard. Still cutting wood. Allinson the builder. Aha! Hang on, Allinson the builder? What happened to your vending job, Allinson? Oh. Jacked it in. Did you get sacked? He might have been sacked. Maybe he was just stabbing things with pointy sticks. It's possible. Ooh, doing an excellent job. Excellent job. This is good. This will get me lots of trees. Stop me having to think about it quite as much. Karen will be back in a minute because she needs to knead her dough and bake the other 2. How many are you baking? Karen, how many bake? How many of these loaves are you baking? Loaves. I do hope you'll come on the Discord and show us your loaves. That sounded really, really wrong. I'm not paying you, Allinson, if you're going to do half a job, by the way. Oh, wait, I'm not paying you anyway. Never mind. Astrocali says, is this the medieval gig economy? Yeah, I suppose it might be. But I need another person with a pointy stick. I don't know where my other builder's gone. There should be 2 of them. They just seem to choose when to do their jobs, which is great. Not. You're not self-employed, you know. You're working for me. You do your job when I tell you to. Except you don't. That's the problem. Is that Alanson back again? Oh, he's gone missing. I think he is him, though. He has actually... He's disappeared. Well, it's fine. I'm sure we'll find him again. Who are you? Why are you playing on a building site, Maciel? Get off! Why is there a 1-year-old child playing on a building site? Surely you should just be at home. How strange. Children behave very weirdly in this. Everybody behaves very weirdly in this. Somebody else has died, look. Run out of locusts. And I've still got no food. Maybe the... Oh god, maybe the lake's run out of fish. Oh god. Can such a thing happen? I can still see boxes of fish coming up, so... That's... Wow, okay. Anyway, look. It's forester time. What else was I building? Oh, this. I could just do with one, couldn't I? Just one person to start doing the planting, but I've got no food, so I don't really want to take them off any of the food things. I might take them off the herb list just for a bit. It's alright, you'll all survive, you'll be fine, I'm sure. It might not be, you know. So what the forester can do is cut and plant. So within the area, marked area here, they'll cut trees? Yeah, I'll cut trees that already exist, and they'll plant trees to replace them with, which would be very handy. Oh, I've gained a locust back. There we go, I'll have 2 foresters then and get it going properly. This is Pamelissa. Pamelissa is doing some heavy lifting when he's supposed to be gathering. It's no wonder I haven't got any blinking food. Who's this? Who's this? Is this one of my vendors? This is Max Wellis, who's now a vendor. It's not made him any happier. He's taking logs somewhere. Oh no, I've got somebody starving. Right, who is it? Who's hungry? Why are you hungry? Where are you? Well, there's a house down here that doesn't really have a lot of food. The problem is that now we're having to get the food from one end to the other, and I don't know that they're doing a very good job of it. Oh! Oh god, there's 2 now. Oh, and the irony of it being a gatherer. Just eat the stupid food, honestly. Just eat the food. Just pick the food and eat it. I won't even know. It's because they're a long way away from the food source. There's some food on the floor here, look. Is anyone going to pick that up? Oh, bye! Bye, Crystal! Thank you for coming. Right, pick up the food. This is Charry. I don't know Charry. But he's picked up quite a lot of venison there. That's good. Got somebody with a big... What the hell is that? A massive basket bigger than their head. Oh, it's a child. The child is gathering food. What? What's going on with that? Somebody's got child labour going on. Maxwell is the vendor, having a bit of a change again there. It is odd the way... You would think they'd just stick to their jobs, but they don't. They don't. Right, food's going back up a little bit now, that's good. That's good. Go up a lot more if we get another hunting cabin, but we're not bothering, so... What are my builders doing if they're not building? I think that's what irritates me. Oh, hello, Tux. Tuxaroni says I've been watching at work. Another one. Since there's no work to be done. Oh no. Vassidy's the gatherer has died of starvation. Idiots. Who are these people who have no work to do at work and can watch me? I'm quite jealous. I'd watch me if I had no work to do. Right, builders, I'm irritated, so get on with it. No, that's Allinson. Allinson's Oh, there we go. Arls. Arls the builder's finally shown up. Are you a builder as well? No, you're a gatherer. Where is the other builder? Like the mystery builder that never appears? Perhaps they're drowning somewhere. Perhaps they went off to build that path and never returned. Are you a builder? No. Are you a builder? No. Are you? No. You? You? No. How about you? No. You? No. Well. Oh, the food situation is really bothering me. I'm just worried that maybe the lake is running out of fish. Because I don't know whether that can happen or not, but if it can, then it's happening. Somebody on my island. The island is clearing itself. What? What is going on there? How odd. Trees do fall of their own accord, incidentally. I haven't got ghosts. Although I suppose I might have ghosts. Right, how are we getting on with the tree planting? Have any appeared? Little tree, little tiny tree. I don't know whether they were there already, they might have been. Gained a locust, good. Might have to put them on a gatherer's hut. Oh, they've sneaked some logs in. I didn't even notice. Astrogali asks, in the professions window, what are the arrows pointing to the right on the right of the maximum values? They are go-to, I think. So it kind of shows you who is doing the job and where they are. So some of them are out here. Where is out here? Oh, down. Of course it's down there, isn't it? So you can just kind of go like round like this. Do it slower than that if you want. Nice thunderstorm. It's very relaxing. Right, got some firewood now. Food is going up a little bit. My tools aren't though, are they? Struggling to create enough tools. And they're just building the hunting cabin as they feel like it. I think I can see little trees starting to appear. Eventually it becomes much more obvious, you get like a proper forest. And also the bonus thing is they chop anything that's in the way of planting the trees, so they'll clear all of that iron. I don't know whether I want them to do that. I think I'd rather they just cut what was already there at the moment, to be honest, but let's take you off plant. Go and cut all of this. I could really do with people not starving. I've gained another locust here, so I'm going to put them on gathering. I'm going to have full gatherers' huts, although I can't imagine this one's that efficient, because there isn't really anything to gather. When the forest has come back, there will probably be something to gather for them. But the other one is in the woods at the top, I think. They don't come up here very often. It's this person, this is Luell, who's trying to find food, but is a gatherer. Just eat the stuff that I just... Seriously, I'm not going to know, mate, if you know, down a couple of onions. Is there any food? Oh, there's loads of food. Right, we'll go and get it then. If you die taking food back to your house, you do know I'm going to be really... You didn't pick the food there? Oh! What? Did somebody beat you to it? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. He's going to die. Food! Food! Oh, it's gone again. Oh, he's died. Look, he's gone. Live death there. Oh well. He probably wasn't social distancing. I don't know. Oh, there's a load more down here as well. Oh no. They are definitely still pulling fish up from the lake. I wonder whether there just isn't enough now. Maybe I need to put my trout fishers back on. Actually, somebody is trout fishing. It's Lucillan, who has loads of trout. Get it in the food store. Look at all these boxes. Look, loads of fish. This is not Starvation Simulator, thank you very much. Not all the time, anyway. Right, they're getting on quite well with building this now. I don't know that it's going to help, but... Obviously, the fewer people exist, the fewer I have to feed, so from that perspective, it's not terrible. Yeah, the foresters are actually concentrating on clearing the iron, which isn't that helpful. Oh, there's some trees coming down over here, though. That's Ulysio doing that. You're supposed to be building. Honestly, if you got a job in real life, like you were employed as a, I don't know, like a waitress or something, and you just suddenly started driving a taxi, or suddenly started cooking the food, or suddenly started being a teacher, or suddenly started going and picking litter or something, you'd be sacked, but these just do what they want. Unfortunately, that was accompanied by somebody else starving. Who is it? Oh, it's this person. Who are you? Oh, no, not Luana. No, 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 we can't have Luana starving. No, that would be really bad. Quick, go and get some food from somewhere. Oh, there isn't any on the market. Oh no, I fear the worst. Oh no, I fear the worst. That's not good. Could you not get some fish from somewhere? Could you not eat... Yeah, fish. Look, fish. Get some fish. Pick the fish up. Where are you going? No, no, there are 22 fish. No. Oh, this is the other problem, isn't it? There were a load of fish. Look, there's loads of trout now. There were... Oh, she's going to die. She's going to die of her own stupidity. There were fish on the market, and you've decided weirdly as well, instead of going to find food somewhere else, what they do is they go back and just start working again. It's like, don't do that. Oh, no. No, she's just going to go back and carry on working and die. Oh, I feel sad now because Luana's died. And she did things. They are silly. They are silly. I can only think maybe there's some favouritism going on, maybe. Is there? No, you can't have the fish. I have already given it to somebody else. There's some berries now as well. You see, poor old Ulysio, who's now a widower, he hasn't got any food either. Where are you? He's finding a tool. Well, don't find a tool, find some food. It's a good job they didn't go have kids, isn't it? I mean, or maybe they did and they just starved. That is definitely possible. Sorry, distracted there because I've just had an email from YouTube telling me that I've had a copyright thing on a video from about 4 years ago. My Paper Boat, which was a Patreon one. That better not be somebody claiming my videos as their own. That would be excruciatingly annoying. But anyway, sort that out later because we're not doing that now. Right, Ulysio, are you... No, you see, he's sacrificing himself as well for the good of everybody else. Why are you... No, the food is not this way, is it? Your wife found that out. The food is over here. Actually, there is no food over there, but the food should be over here. And if you look at the fish, you can think, look, there's fish over here. Boxes and boxes and boxes of it. I don't know. There's no need to sacrifice yourself at the altar of food. Right, hopefully the hunting lodge might find some more things to kill that we can eat. That would be good. Got firewood. I've actually got food now. Got tools, got clothes, got resources, got a tool bloke off. Probably need to put him back on again in a minute. So I'm going to try and build this house again, I think. See if anybody's interested. Oh, Licio, just get some food, would you? Just get some food from somewhere. Seriously. Could somebody bring some food down to Ulysio, please? It's because I haven't really got any vendors. It's the vendors are not doing a very good job because normally they would be the people who would go and get stuff. Look, he's going to the market. There's no food for him. Oh, it's so sad. He's gonna die, guys. He's gonna die. All he needs to do is go to his fishy friends and ask for a favour. He could even steal some food because of the load down here, but he won't. He'll go off and do a load more work. I mean, there's a gatherer's hut here. I'm sure they would give you something if you asked nicely, you know. I'm sure they would. Oh, now he's cold. Now he's finding food. He's cold and needing food. It's not looking good for you, is it? There's some trout. Quick, you see, run! Run! Run before somebody else takes the trout. Look, there's two kinds of fish. What if he doesn't eat fish? Oh my god, maybe that's the problem. Do you eat fish, Ulysio? What if you don't eat fish? He's not going for the fish. He's gone to... He's... Oh no. Oh no. He's died. I love the way that Pamelisio's just gone, great, I'm having his house. Oh, that's really sad. Because he didn't find the food when it was there. Oh well. There is no food again, is there? We've got real problems here. Meanwhile, Luella has just got 22 fish and is walking in the opposite direction. They're a right weird lot, aren't they? Why would you take fish in that direction? Why would you do that? What? And why would you now? Oh, good God! What have you done? Why did you bring your fish this way? This is a, you know, this is a stockpile. It's not for fish. Fish belong here. Anyway, there's some good news. There are 30 people watching. That's the most people I've had in a long time. Well, actually, that's not true. I had 28 last night, but we've not hit the big 30 for quite a while. So welcome. If you're new here, then I'm sorry. If you've been here since the start, then yay! We've not had any food chat for a little while. That's disturbing. But look, they've started to do this now. That's good. There won't be any food to put in the house. That's bad. I can see a forest starting to appear though. That's also good. We'll put them back on planting because there isn't really anything to cut anymore. Got 14 children now, but I desperately need some adults. Problem is that when they become adults, they eat a lot more, which is not good. I think all of these might be food. So I need my gatherers to actually do some gathering rather than whatever job they feel like. Who are you? That's Evan the fisherman. What? It's just what? You see? What? Why? Fine. You just do what you want. You just do what you want. I can't control them at all. I have no control. They just do whatever the heck they like. Are you going to pick up this fish now? No, you're going to walk around the fish. Okay, you just walk around the fish. What about you? This is Isabetty. She's picking up the old fish. Hopefully taking it to the market. Oh no, who's starving now? Oh, it's the same household. Well, Pamelissa, why not get some food? I don't understand. Incidentally, I know they switch jobs. I know that. I know they do. I think they don't if you put a market in, but yeah, I know. I'm just, you know, it's a joke. I am really worried that this house seems to be cursed. Right, food. Have we got any food for you? There are 5 fish. So go and get the fish, yeah? Or die. Equally. Equally fine. You can just do what you want. I hope nobody moves into this house because I'm not sure that it's very good for you. There we go, nobody's moving into this house now. Look at the boxes of fish going next door. They're capable. Very odd. And she was a hunter, so she's around food all the time. Idiots. Right, is the vendor bringing food? No. No. I think that my food places are just not very efficient now. I think we've probably stripped everything bare. Impatient says, re-snacks. Yesterday I tried these rolled up Doritos. I think I have had... were they actual Doritos? Because I have tried tortilla rolls. What did I do at Christmas? 2 years running, I think, in the crisp thing. 12 days of Christmas. I think I've done 2 tortilla rolls. I think we did salsa ones. And I think there might have been cheese, like, sort of cheese nacho flavour. And I think I might have done cinnamon ones. But they are actually Doritos and they're called Dynamiter. Or Dynamiter. I've never heard of those. Were they hot? We found them at a Chinese supermarket. Well. Intriguing. Wonder if we'll be able to get those in the UK. Luilla has moved into the death house. So let's see how that goes. What is interesting is, yeah, there we go. Look, got trout. Got some sense then. They do get some odd things in their heads. I'm starving, so I won't go and get some food. I'll just die. Well, at least I don't need to worry about that for a little bit anyway. I am intrigued by these Doritos now. I would quite like those. Mine were all Asda supermarket brand. And I seem to remember they were really nice as well. It would have been nicer with a dip though, like a bit of sour cream, like getting your sour cream up the middle of the roll, biting into it and it all comes out. Yeah. Yes. Oh, got a house. Got a house. It's Clary the woodcutter. Good. Well, at least you've had the good sense to move in next to your job. Oh, no wonder nobody else has got any food. What's going on here? What? Strip the market out. 9 mushrooms, 7 onions, 9 roots and 77 bits of venison. You are single-handedly responsible for the death of people. I'm not impressed by that at all. Honestly. That's so unfair. How stupid. It's stupid, greedy people. Just like real life, then. How much food has everybody else got? You've got quite a lot as well. 56 venison. 38 venison. No food. And no firewood here, but 20 trout and 16 onions. 138 who's that? Max Wellis, the 71-year-old vendor, is sitting on 22 fish and 138 pieces of venison. It's no wonder nobody lives in this town, is it? Well, maybe, Max Wellis, you just need to die. We can put all the food back on the market and we'll probably save about 10 people with that. God, that annoys me. Why can't they share? Could you not share your venison with these starving young families? They'll be next to go now, won't they? They'll be next to go now because of stupid people nicking all the food. Deeply unimpressed by that. And now I have no food again. Because of you idiots. Ugh. Right, how far does this market go? Because if it goes quite far, I'm tempted to kind of put a house closer to the thing. But also, I could do with a storage barn actually. No, I haven't got enough stone. I could just do with a storage barn so that they can just put all the fish into a barn. and then it just gets moved as and when it's needed. Whoa, that's a market. Like if I put a storage barn here, maybe I'll put it there, and then they can just do what they want. They might build it, they might not. There's food on the floor as usual, so look at them all coming out here. I think I'm going to have to stop this because I don't think they're concentrating on what they need to concentrate on, although there aren't many trees left, are there? Okay, you just finish that and then maybe you can get on with your jobs. That would be nice. But it probably would help them if they didn't have to go quite as far to put the fish on the market, I imagine. Lots of little trees appearing. Lots of little trees appearing, that's good. But they seem to have cut all of the mature ones, so it'll be a little while before the Forester Lodge cycle kind of gets going. Uh-oh. You are low on everything, correct? There's loads of food on the floor. I'm sure all of this is food. Oh man. Oh man. It's difficult to know what to do with these people, isn't it, really? I mean, who is it? It's actually Dion the child who's finding food. Well, Dion, between you and me, mate, you're not going to find food down here because this is the woodcutter. This is what happens when you don't educate them. I don't think it actually is. Don't write in. You see, Dion, you find food in a place called a market. And you go and you take some roots and some fish before anybody else can get to the roots and the fish. And then you take them home. And then you eat them. And then nobody dies. Similarly, Luella, who is good on the fish thing, you need to go and get some firewood. So you go and find some firewood from the little stack. And you go and take it back to your house. And you burn it and then nobody dies. It's not the hardest thing, this, is it? If anybody needed any advice on how to stay alive, I think I've just given them some quite valuable advice there. They haven't even bothered starting that, have they? I'm not really massively surprised. Oh, got another locust. Right, let's up the gatherers again. I don't know that it's doing that much good, but... oh, look at this. Hungry. Hungry and freezing. There's firewood down here. I'm going to put my spare locust onto being a fishy thing. Right, what have you got in your wheelbarrow? Please be food and firewood. Ugh, boo. You could deliver the logs over here because then the firewood person would be able to chop them up. Get rid of these little trees. Some quite useful resources over here. Impatient asks whether sour cream is my favourite Doritos condiment. Yes. Yes, it is. Definitely. It's great. Because you've got your spicy Dorito. Or your whatever. And then you've got your sour cream. It's great. The Blazing Wizard is having to leave us to have dinner. Enjoy your dinner. I'm going to have to go in a minute as well. Oh, look, they've started doing this. They've started doing this. But this is sort of like been a bit disastrous again. There's something about these houses right next to a market. It's not really working for you, is it? Gonna have to sort that out, because you're on the death list, Paulette. There's fish in the market. Go and get the fish from the market. I mean, seriously. No, where are you going? And what are you carrying? Oh, she's helping to build the storage barn. Well, you could have gone and got some fish. But yeah, we're all probably getting hungry. It's getting around meal times generally, I think. Oh no. Oh no. How could you possibly eat at a time like this? Oh dear. There was trout. There were buckets of trout literally next to where you died. You could have eaten it raw. Nobody would have judged you. Market's rubbish, isn't it? Hardly sells anything. Certainly doesn't sell anything of the food variety. Or the firewood variety. But there is firewood down here. Well, one day I'll get my trader, but for the time being we're all dying. Due to a serious shortage of pretty much everything. To be honest with you, it's not great. I mean, he has got logs. It's not massively great that the firewood people are dispersed. Might have to rearrange the town a little bit because ultimately it didn't start out very well. It was in a bit of a weird area, and what I might need to do now is either create a market up here, which would take a lot of resources, or I start moving people down here instead, so that everything happens down here and people don't have to walk as far for their stuff. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. That's not a terrible idea. I might have to, like, can all of this. I shall do the canning. Look, can. Oh no, I've just made somebody homeless. Oh god, who is it? Oh no, I'm so sorry. Who was it? Oh, it was Little Family. I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just letting you know my intentions for this not going ahead anymore. I'm going to let you know just by removing all the roads around your house, just so you get the message. I reckon that herbalist could probably go as well, but the problem is you need builders to destroy things, which isn't massively helpful. But I'm just not sure that any of this is really helping anybody at the moment. I think little by little I need to start building houses and moving people down here. Into the forest, near the fish. I say I started up here like I did because that was how it was. That was what I needed to do, but I don't think it's really helping anybody. Any empty houses down here out of interest? Because if there are, then I will destroy their house and they'll be forced to move into another one. No. I don't really want anybody homeless particularly. It'll take a little while to build some houses because I haven't got much in the way of resources, because a stockpile, storage barn thing takes ages. Oh no! Oh no! That child is starved! This is awful! This is awful. Getting a bit annoyed with this now actually. But I have plans, and plans are good. They're just that all those plans involve getting everybody down there. What? That really wasn't the most priority thing, was it? I mean, good grief. Of all the things you could have done, why that first? Oh, thank you, Stepping Out. She says, hi Jenny, thank you for bringing me back to Banished after 5 years. You're welcome. Everybody should come back to Banished. And if you've never been to Banished, then you should go to Banished. This is working on my last achievement that is left. Tenure. What's tenure? I'm terrible at the achievements in this because I have a habit of just starting again. I like the start, so I sort of do my start and then I start again because I like choosing another name and building things up. Is tenure some sort of you've got 1 million people or something? Because all of the achievements in this, I think, focus around the number of people and resource collection and stuff, don't they? Oh, everybody's dying. Please tell me I'm right. What, right about what? Right about 1 million people? That would be insane. Oh no, it's having a population of 500 after 200 years, which goes to show how difficult it is to get your population up. 500 after 200 years, wow. How many years have I been playing? 13. Oh, well that would explain why everybody's dying. 13. Unlucky for everybody. I mean, we just have no food. Where's my food? I can only think, as I say, that the lake no longer has food in it, but one of my fishermen has just died of starvation. What are you doing, you morons? What are you doing? Oh, they're so stupid. And no doubt there was food. Right, how many more bits of stone do I need? I need 7 bits of stone for this, so they can put all the fish in there. Oh, man. Oh, General's died! Oh my god, all the old names are dying. Right, let's just get a little bit more stone, yeah? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Who is it now? Oh, Luella. Luella's died. I tell you, it's Death House. It's the Death House. Tell you what though, Death House is now empty house. So, what if I just went, yoink, you're not living here anymore. Will they live in that house? They might do. They might not. Oh, there's 2 empty houses. Ooh. Oh, right. Remove. Let's just start removing people and hope that they move into other houses. They are doing. They are doing. They don't have any stuff, but they are moving down. This has been such a disaster, hasn't it? Such a disaster. It's not being near water. That's the problem. It's just not being able to get near water. That's been my main problem, I think. But I don't have logs. I don't have anything. Don't have anything really. Oh god. There's a few little trees around here. I think down here is probably the best place to do anything at the moment. But who's gonna be left to do it? I think I just need to get people away from this. Do you think they'll get the message if slowly but surely I start removing things? Get rid of these trees. Ooh. Get rid of some of these trees. Get rid of that house. Get rid of this house. Get rid of that gatherer. Get rid of the herbalist. Get rid of all of it. Just get rid of it. Why is the fisherwoman going up there? You see, that's the problem, isn't it? They're having to walk a long way because they're doing stupid things. But I do get some resources back from the demolishing things, which is great. That builder must be working very, very hard. There's 66 venison in there, you know. You could just go and get some of it. Knock my school down. Eventually build everything down here if I can. It's just that everybody's starving, so that might not happen. Might take them off gathering, you know, and put them on fishing instead. I have a feeling that might help. Because I don't think that gathering is doing very well. Also, they would presumably start moving down here. Maybe. Still having children. You can't stop them having children. People are gonna die. I know this. I'm aware of this. Right, 3 more bits of stone. 3 more bits of stone. 3 more bits of stone. 3 more bits of stone, and then I can have a storage barn. Who's died? Anning the fisherman. It's always the people relating to the fish who do the dying. Always. I don't really know why that would be. I'd just stuff some fish down with God personally, but Impatient says, do you often wonder in games like these where you do not have direct control if this is how it feels to play God? I can't honestly say I often wonder that. I think I'd be lying if I said that I often wondered that. I mean, I can't... there is every possibility that God's sitting in the sky going, oh my god, what the hell? But I doubt it. Ooh, ooh. This starving person, Melina, she's building a barn. What she should be doing is going to find food. Got 5 starving people now. That is not good. But what I can hopefully do once they all start dying off, I might be able to get them to start coming down here now. What I might do actually, if I get rid of that gatherer's hut, because I don't know that it's really that effective, what I might be able to do is put some of the gatherers onto hunting and fishing, and that might be a bit more successful. Needless to say, Melina's died, otherwise I'm not really that shocked. Samiro the fisherman, we never even got to know him. Who is Samiro the fisherman? I haven't got a clue. Don't think we ever met Samiro. Oh no. Oh, child. Never even had a chance. Right, we need to get on with... Oh no. Oh, Camaraline's gone. Camaraline's gone. She's gone. Gone. Very gone. Problem is, I've probably got my builders doing all this now. Right, so all these houses now are for houses free. Oh, there's one house free there. Might be able then to knock another one off. Right, you're all going down there. Just Red says it never rains, but it pours. Well, there is that. Timo says, oh, it's on. It is on. Unfortunately, it's not going to be on for much longer. Why do people always turn up just as I'm going to stop? Yes, it is on. I'm not fully sure if I'm going to be back tonight because I've got some other things I need to do today. But I'll certainly be back later in the weekend. Definitely. Then we can do Jackbox and not watch people dying. Sheila has died. Harl, we knew Harl, but we didn't know Sheila. Oh God almighty, this is horrendous. Everybody's just dying. I've got 17 children. If you're all going to have children, then what do you expect? Are there any empty houses down here? Probably, because they're all dying. Some big families now. Have they all moved in with each other? Did they do that? Do they amalgamate? I think my lake's just run out of fish. That's my instinct, is that that's what the problem is. I think I've just relied too much on the lake and overfished it. Paris the child has died. Well, it's okay, I've got loads of children. I'm not quite as worried about the children dying. It'd be nice if these buckets of fish could go somewhere so that people have them. Oh God! Not good. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, somebody's got some food. Somebody's got hold of some food. No, no, it's gone again. Well, we've survived terrible things happening before. I'm sure we can survive them again. I'm sure it's going to be okay. Actually do with rebuilding that woodcutter at the other end, couldn't I? There we go. Gone. Who's died now? Humble the builder. Right, all the woodcutting business is yours now. So, Charry. Oh no, Charry's a vendor. God. God, who's gone? Darley the child, Sana the child, Caldonnell the hunter. I don't know these people. I don't know these people. It's just as well. It's less upsetting if you don't get to know them. Yeah, there was somebody trying to leave. You're right. Somebody's trying to find their way out, but they can't get out, you see. That's the problem. If we could just have got out to the sea, we'd have been okay, I'm sure. But all of this is like a lot of work for builders as well, which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, this is just a total disaster now, isn't it? It's an effing disaster. On the plus side, there are fewer people to feed now, which might work in my favour. Or it might not. Hey look, I've got towns back from like 4 people before now, so I'm not giving up. Not while I've still got, I was going to say 30, 29. Not while I've still got 29 people, I'm not giving up. Who's the woodcutter? Which one of you is the woodcutter now? Oh, it is Charry. Charry's gone back to being the woodcutter. Well, Charry, you've got all the business. Hello, Lion of High Park, who says, I think I managed to catch a live stream almost on time. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because I've already been on 2 hours and I'm not going any further. Or at least not that much further. Timo says, is it healthy to breed a town up for 4 people? Yeah, let's not think about that. There's lots of things about this game which aren't exactly historically or biologically accurate. But my worry is there's just no food except for the food lying on the street there. They just can't find any food. Oh, bit of meat's come in by the looks of things. Where has it come in though? It has come into the market, so you will need to grab it. But you don't need to grab it all. You all need to grab a bit because somebody will run off with 100 venison and then everybody else will starve. That's part of the problem in this. It's really silly. It's I mean, could you not go and stab your own animal if you couldn't find any food? But yeah, it's the way they do things is just infuriating. Oh God, I do sound like God now, don't I? God just sitting in the sky going, for the love of God. I was watching there was a lecture yesterday by an astronaut, and he said when you go up and you look at what's going on, you just look down at it and think, wow, human beings are stupid. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Oh, everybody's dying, guys. They're all dying. It's just death world. It's not a COVID-19 simulator. That's a horrible thing to say. Oh no. Arilla the child. Osterling's dead. Osterling's dead. Who's this? This is Dion, who's now a vendor. Who's, I don't know, are you dragging stuff back for people? Who are you? You're a hunter. Why? There is no hunting cabin up here, is there? Why are you up here? Oh, the venison hoarding part. Yeah, that's a point. Because somebody will have gone off with all 100 of those venison, you know. All of them. All at once. Somebody's house is now stuffed full of venison. Meanwhile, children are dying. You see, 90 venison they've got. You don't need 90 venison. It's ridiculous. It's them. They've taken it all. It's Gennard. It's taken all the venison. Brilliant. Well, eventually you get Gennard when it's just you. You'll realise the error of your ways when you can't feed yourself. Oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. Oh dear. Well, if everybody's gonna die, then I might stay until they've all died. Gonna get rid of this as well. Oh, who's gone now? Patricio the Labourer. Never heard of her. Or him. I mean, this could happen so quickly now that I might just hang on for 10 minutes and kill them all. If I set it to go faster than 2 times speed, there we go. Shelley again, fisherman. Oh, Stelly, not Shelley. Right, let's speed this up. Let's speed up this death. So you can at least get some more death in before you go for your own dinner. Darlena, the child. Donnell has died. Larry Lee? Larry Lee? The hell's called their kids Larry Lee? There's now officially more people watching this stream than in my town. Dion's died now. Arlind, Marentz, Isabetti's gone, Margaret with 2 T's, gone. Gone. I'm actually down to the number of people I had when I started. And still there isn't any food. Oh, oh, oh. Macchial. Arls. Gone. It's terrible. I feel awful. Like, genuinely, it's just a horrible feeling when this happens, but they're just not... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Moss says at this rate of death you'll need to rename the town to Effing off. Yep, they are effing off, aren't they? Corliss, I don't know who Corliss was. She was a gatherer, she obviously wasn't a very good one, was she? Got no food, I've got no firewood. I've got 8 adults, 5 children. You would think, wouldn't you, they'd be able to feed themselves. I mean, for goodness sake. I've still got a gatherer and 3 fishermen, and there's hardly anybody left. Why can't you feed yourselves? I don't understand. It happens sometimes where it just all goes horribly wrong and you don't really know why. Fine, I'm going to scale down my fishing operations then. Although, have you seen the amount of fish? Who are you? Oh, it's Gennard. Gennard's lived. So much fish, Gennard. Look, there's fish everywhere. Right, I'm scaling down my hunting operations as well, because I'm not sure that one's ever actually been any good. Food! Food on the floor, pick it all up. Who are you? Oh, it's Maxwell. Is he Max Wellis? I reckon Max Wellis has had all the food, you know. Could actually do with this being gone as well. It's just there are still people living up here, which is a bit unfortunate. It is disturbing, it's horrible when this happens, but it just, you know. The deer thing is an interesting one. The hunters don't operate quite as you would expect them to. They only kill like 1 deer every 3 months or something. You just have to hope that there are deer in range when they decide to kill something. It's a bit strange. Oh no. Allinson's died. And his kid, Emelisa, we never even knew her. We never even knew her. We've only got 7 adults left. In case you hadn't realised, that's not a good thing. That's not good. Right, quick, whoever this is, this person is starving. It's Evan. Evan is finding food. But Evan, you're not finding food because you've walked past the food. Evan, why are you going this way for food? No, this... Okay, there's no food in there. I lied. I'm sorry, Evan. There was food. Somebody's nicked it. Oh, there's 32 onions, Evan. Quick! Quick! Quick, 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 quick! Quick! Pick up get the onions! Pick up, now! Get onions, now! Grab them! Where are you going? Wow. Well, that's bad. Stepanach has just pointed out there are no labourers, so the fish will stay there. You're absolutely right. That's very true. There we go. There's a labourer on now. Right, so we've got 2 fishermen, a gatherer, a labourer, a hunter, a woodcutter, and a vendor. You would think they'd managed to look after themselves at this point. But they won't. Oh, there's an empty house there with a load of firewood in it. Free firewood. Oh no, who is it now? It's Evan. Evan's died. Alright, let's get rid of these then. I don't think there was even anybody in there. 6 adults and 4 children. And hardly any tools, oh my god. Oh my god, there's no tools. Oh no, right, that's not good at all. Wow, who'd have thought that this could go so badly wrong? I thought that I was going to do okay, but I'm not. Right, let's speed this inevitable up, shall we? They're next. The blacksmith and child are next. Food, food! There's food! Quick, grab the food! Just grab it before somebody hoards it, because they will. Oh, there's nobody in that house. 187 venison. Oh, you make me sick, Fletchel. Fletchel and Bridge. Meanwhile, people are starving, you know. Because you've got all the stupid food, you idiots. So your kid just moved out. So Fletchel is sitting on 173 bits of venison. I hope you don't get any more food. Ever. Ever again. During all of this, my woodcutter's been down here quite happy, doing perfectly okay. Has the starving stopped now? I imagine everybody's living down here now. Problem is, of course, they might not breed, but actually breeding, I don't need breeding, I just need living. Lots and lots of living. Do seem to have a lot of men, that's a bit worrying. If we do survive this, there are not many women around. That's a big if. They're not healthy. They're not happy. In some cases, they're not even alive. But hey, we've got some tools that we have to come all the way down here to get. Right, next up is that storage barn. That storage barn's going because nobody lives around this way, and I need everything to be on the market. So all we've got up here is a non-working herbalist, and the tailor, and the blacksmith. That's about it. Got an extra bonus adult. They don't like each other, they're all living in separate homes. But we've got a bit of food. The market looks healthier than it has done in ages. Actually, where's the venison hoarder gone? Is that why we've got food? Because he's not there. Oh, there he is. There he is, Fletchel. He's now got 133 venison. Watch out, everybody. He might nick it all again soon. Impatience says if we do survive this, there are not many women around. All-time great quote. That is going to be an onion fight now. Got onions, we've got roots. What more do you want? Berries, we've got berries as well. Onions, roots, berries. Got some stone. You can't eat the stone. You see, all the food's gone again, so who is taking it? I mean, we've now only got about 6 houses operational anyway, so you'd think they'd managed to share. Look at this, 91 venison. Another child's appeared there. Anine, how have you had a child when there's no... That's intriguing. Oh god, is firewood my next problem? I've got 2 more adults now. That's interesting. Okay, so I could really do with a forester back on, to be honest, because I need them to cut some things. Hello, Mr. Chuffy. We're just looking to see whether I can kill everybody by the end of the stream, or indeed make it look like we might survive. In which case, you know, we can carry on with this at some other point. I'm intrigued as to where that child's come from. Maybe she was already pregnant. Does it work like that? I bet it doesn't. I bet it's not factoring pregnancy in. Right, so from a survival perspective, we've got a labourer, a gatherer, a fisherman, a woodcutter and a forester and a blacksmith and a vendor for the market. Probably don't need the vendor anymore. What I would need is that finishing, so they all have to go to the storage barn. Do I even need a vendor? I mean, if they've got labourers. Because there's nowhere else to put anything. So surely they have to put it into the market now? What I might do, I'm going to take the blacksmith off. I'm going to put a builder on. And I'm going to ask them to finish off this storage barn. Like that. And then while this fish thing has nothing on it, we will stop that one from working. Having to shrink to grow again. I'm closing down the economy. Oh, I can hear some building going on. Yes! You see, if I close the market and make them put all the stuff in the storage barn instead, then the vendor doesn't need to be a thing, surely. Am I right? Am I right? I've got another child. I've got another child. Where are the children coming from? Right, need some of these trees chopping down so that we can get some firewood, because we're out of that. We're out of food again. If I put another fisherman on, maybe? It's quite exciting trying to get it back. I've stayed on longer than I thought I was going to, because I'm just intrigued as to whether I can do this. I can rescue this from the jaws of death. We've got starving again here, haven't we? That's not good. It's a 12-year-old forester. Oh, quick! There's some food. Accept it. I think it will be over here now. Are they taking stuff out of there? Do I need to actually demolish it for them to take stuff out of there? I think I probably do. Right. I'm completely shutting down the economy now. Soon the market will be no more. We can start again. Hopefully we can start again. 12 people. Be like we've gone right back to the start, won't it? 8 adults and 4 children. So the stuff is starting to go into the storage barn. But I also do need them to cut down the trees, so if I ask for the priority to be spread over this, have you seen the number of icons? No food, no firewood, no scents, nothing. Right, no tools either. That's not good. We definitely need them to be on tools. That's really bad. Right, there's a storage barn. God, Stephanos has died. There's a storage barn up here. That needs to go as well. Lion of High Park says, this seems to be the standard trajectory of Banished. Things go great until they don't. Sometimes it's incredible. I end up with thousands of food. So much food that it defies belief, and you think, well, I'm fine then. And then sometimes you get nothing, or you can't get the locust to do anything, or there's no resources, or I don't know, it's just an odd one. It is an odd one, but I'm sort of shutting things down because I have no choice, and I don't think we're going to survive because there is nothing. Poor old Charry, I think his kids either died or moved out, and he's trying very, very hard, but I'm not really providing him with anything, or any wood, or anything. Right, come on guys, do this. I haven't got any labourers left. I mean, how many fishermen does a 10-person town need? I think it's a fair point. Let's get the gatherer off and turn them back into a fisherman. We'll stop that from working. Because I don't think there's that much to gather. Oh no! Bridge the blacksmith has died. Well, that's not good because I've only got 3 tools. What I might do actually is take my... I've got loads of animal skins for what it's worth. I think I might turn the hunter into a builder. Oh, not a builder, into a fisherman. Could have actually done with this fish thing being open rather than this one because it's closer. Thing is, I just haven't got enough people now, have I? I don't have enough people to make the changes. Let me just put a labourer on in the hope that they will come and get the fish from here. I think I might be better reopening this one and closing this one. Oh, are you a labourer? No, you're a fishing person. Oh, great. just generated a load more. There we go. Right, let's just get rid of that one. And then they can all be a bit closer. Oh, Gennard's died. Oh. Oh, that's a shame. How many people am I down to now? 6 adults and 2 children. Still got a forester though. Speedy Banished. Oh, look at the seasons. 4 seasons in one day. Oh, who's gone? Who's gone? Is a Dorothy? No, didn't know her. Six adults, 1 child. Oh, Lynn the Builder. 5 adults, 2 children. 2 children? Wait, what? 2 children? When did this happen? And how did this happen? Oh god, she's had another child. Meanwhile, Max Wellis, he just keeps living. He just keeps living. Anine has had another child. That's extraordinary. Right, well I don't know how 2 fishermen are not managing to feed the old village here, but they're not. Let's take the blacksmith off in the hope that they might go and get some food. There's an animal made its way onto here. I wanted to live on there and it wouldn't let me. Through all this, still got 302 herbs. I'm sure that market was more demolished than that last time I looked at it. Honestly. Anyway, just sort it out. Oh, I just thought they won't sort it out because there's no builder. Right. Quickly put a builder on. Fletchel's died. Well, that'll teach you to steal all the venison, sir. Right, 4 adults and 2 children. I hope you're all enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this. This was my effing town. It's now effing not anymore. How can we not have any food at all? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, who's died? Charry. Oh no, Charry's died. Oh, that's really sad. He was doing really well. Anyway, somebody's stepped up to take his place. Wonder who it is. Who's the woodcutter now? I think the music should get like progressively more minor key and sad. Impatient says, does this game always go like this? Because it seems to from all of the reviews I'm reading. No, it doesn't always go like this. I've just had a really awkward spawn. Because I started up here and it was just not a good place to be at all. It was not a good place to be. 3 adults and 2 children now. 2 adults and 2 children now. Anine has now died. Humbert has died. There are now no children because Early has died. Who does that leave then? Quinn, who I don't know, Quinn the fisherman, and who's the other one? Who's the other person? Quinn the fisherman, and oh, they must be over here. Oh, Max Wellis. Well, of course, Max Wellis is still alive. Well, Max Wellis and Quinn can't even look after each other, by the looks of things. I admire Max Wellis for continuing to cut the wood. I admire Quinn less for the total lack of food that he's bringing in. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Maybe if it had been a young man and a young woman, we could have started again from scratch, you know. Never would have happened. Oh well, you can see out your days fishing. And Maxwellis can see out his days chopping wood. Actually, Maxwellis has died, Quinn. I'm really, really sorry. This is terrible. Oh, Quinn, I feel awful. Where's he gone? He's probably gone and thrown himself in the lake. Actually, no, he's still working. He's still working. Look how happy he is. He's probably thinking, well, I've got the place to myself now. I get to eat all the fish. He's still going. Why couldn't you have done this earlier? We needed fish earlier, Quinn. Why did you not? Why did you not? How long do they last if they're on their own? Because it says he's starving, but he can't possibly be starving because he's got fish. Look, I can't get over how happy he is. This is ultimate social isolation, isn't it? Quinn is doing an exceptional job of isolating himself. Quite possibly by murdering everybody. Is anybody else suspecting that Quinn was perhaps withholding fish? Where are the fish going, Quinn? It says you're going to get something to eat, but where are the fish? It's all a bit strange. Mr. Chuffy says maybe Quinn's been poisoning them. Wow. Well, this would be the ultimate whodunit, although it'd be bloody obvious whodunit because there's only one person left. To achieve social distancing, Quinn has killed everybody. I'm not sure about that. I'm also not sure about the fact that he still doesn't have any food. Perhaps he can't eat his own food. That's what it is. He can't eat his own fish because they're poisonous. And he knows it. And what he's ended up doing is like he's done himself over here. You see, when he goes to the barn with the fish aren't in the barn. So, like, Quinn picks up all the fish, and then he's going running back to his house. So fast I can't even keep up with him. Right, he's got 15 fish, so he puts the fish in his house, except he doesn't. Look, they've gone. Quinn, what? Quinn? What? Well, as mystery thrillers go, what became of Effing? I think you're right, Mr. Chuffy. I think that Quinn has been poisoning the whole town with his stinking fish, and then when it got down to just him and it was obvious that's what he was doing, he had no choice but to eat his own poisonous fish. And he died as well. And one day, in several hundred years' time, people will come to this place and they'll find the remains of all of this, and they'll find what was going on up here and down here, and they'll go, what became of this town? And they'll do forensic investigations into it, and they'll come to the conclusion that people were eating poisoned fish. And maybe they will even find his body in the barn. And they'll go, look, this is the man who's likely to have done it. He died of starvation. Because he wouldn't eat his own poison. He was the only person found without poison. Well, I think we can safely say that that was a total and utter abject failure. And I'm really thrilled, actually. I'm really thrilled that you were all here to see it. There are 30 people here to see this complete. I think the word I'm looking for is shit show, actually. Timo says, if you watch the empty town, do the animals still run around? I think that everything just sort of goes bleh, doesn't it? Oh, there are animals. The animals are taking over. You see, when the humans have left, the animals will take over and they'll just go, thank God for that. Thank God they've gone. And then they'll eat the poison as well. They'll probably die. Well, if a tree falls in the woods and there's nobody around to hear it, does it make a sound? Because it just did. Obviously, we were around to hear it, so... The trees are falling. It's the ghost people. Anyway, right, I think we can safely say that's a stop. So at least we came to a conclusion. I love this game, actually. I know that something disastrous had just happened that was actually quite cool. It's just there are so many people here. It's such a shame. Do I start a new town just very briefly while so many people are here? Would you like me to do that? Maybe I could, and then I really probably have got to go. We could just do the first few minutes of a new town, and then we could return to it as and when I feel like returning to it. Everybody's like, thanks for the stream, thanks for the stream, thanks for the stream. Steppenouch says, mission accomplished. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. What do you think? Do we start again? I don't know. Steppenouch is like, yes! Well, I tell you what. As this is done, let's come out of here because it's horrible. You can make up your own stories. You could do fan fiction about effing. Do some fan fiction. I hope you remember all their names. But what we could do, right, is just see whether I get a better seed. Lion of High Park says New Effington. New Effing. Used to be New Effing. Nelsona, no, New Effing. Nope. New Effing. That's the noise you make when you live there. When you die. Right, so mountains, large terrain size, harsh, disasters on, starting conditions hard. Do me seeds. Okay. Okay. Shall we see? If I get no water again, I quit. That's it. I'm just going to disappear. And I'm going to get angry and just go mad and vanish. Vanish from Banished. But yeah, everybody's like, let's do it again. That's the problem with this game, is you really want to start again and again and again. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Flat land. 2 rivers. Load of stone. Easy bridge to the other side. Why could I not have had this before? Oh. Right, let's just do a few minutes of this. I can't resist. I can't resist. Here's my professions. Lion of High Park says that's an almost ideal start. Yeah. Let's not get, you know, too excited here. Right, so fishing. Let's do some fishing first. Let's get some fishing in. So, how about there? Yeah? There. Let's do that, and then let's get some storage in next to the fishing. Maybe here? There. So, Timo says, what's the story behind these people? We've never really added a narrative to this before. We've never been this excited about it. Everybody dies, you're all interested all of a sudden. It's disgusting. Anyway. Right, let's just get the locusts doing some locusting. Is that iron down there? Yes. Let's put it up to 2 stream speed. Put a little path in there. Lion of High Park says, were they banished from somewhere? Maybe it was discovered that one of them staggered out and wasn't really dead. Maybe these people decided to put up, I don't know, like decide to do a tribute to them or something, or maybe, I don't know, actually, I don't know. Let's put the storage barn across the road from the fishing area. A little bit of road I can put up the side there, have I? Yeah, when that tree gets out the way. Lion of Hyde Park says maybe they were banished from old Effing. Maybe they were nomads who tried to get into Effing and discovered that they couldn't get into Effing because it was closed, and decided to build their own Effing, their own Effing town. Okay, right, well, here we go again. There's a couple of people who've just walked out in disgust. They obviously couldn't cope with the idea of the tarnishing of the name of Effing. Is there a little hill there? A little tiny, tiny hill. That's quite irritating. Timo says, I'm not positive, but I think new places are usually named after successful cities, not places where everyone died. Well, this is the first time for everything. This is a new world. Maybe we're just being really innovative here. Why do they enjoy building paths so much? Why? I need you to do these things, especially the fish. Do the fish, 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 do the fish. Right, so I need a plan. I need a plan of action. What I could actually do is like put a bridge over here and just have a forest. Because there isn't really anywhere that great for sort of gathering, is there? Not really. There's a little lake down here for more fishing. Or maybe a high wealth residential area. Oh, that's right. Oh, you're all going off to raid the potatoes. Oh, yes. Oh, Impatient says there are a bunch of cities in the US called Troy, so it isn't like there aren't cities named after destroyed towns. Well, that's true. Destroyed. Right, I think I should immediately try to get bridging, you know. Over here. Like that. Would take quite a lot of wood though. Right, let's knock off the storage barn for a moment because I've got a little cart. Although it is very full. Let's get everything else done. There's a town in called Pompeii, that's true. Yes, there is. That is very true. Mr. Chuffy says New Murderville. Let's get going on this. So, last time I left houses for a little while, didn't I? But I sort of feel like maybe I should put some houses in. I'll put them in here because there isn't. Oh, I can't put them in here. There's a big hill. Put them in here. One there. Oh no, can't even get another one in there. Oh right. Well, in that case, I won't put one there then. It's very hilly. Boo. Boo. I don't want them to have to go too far because we know what happened last time they had to go too far. Oh god, it was too far, alright. How about here near the storage cart? How about there, and there, and there, and also there. With a little road that goes down there. Oh! Fish dock! That's fish dock, not fish stock. That's now an irritating bit of road that I don't want there anymore. Right, more locusting. I'll put a little thing up here for the time being, just so they don't have to take it very far. Whistle along the Banished. Right, get some fishy people on. That's a good start. I don't want to lose my fish, so we'll also create this storage barn. Look at them. What is it with the roads? What is it with the roads? Impatient asks, what's your favourite ambient music in a game? This one is pretty good. Ooh. I think it might be this one. I enjoyed, this is really silly, but I enjoyed the music from Chef Solitaire. If you've never seen the video of me improvising a song over that, that's worth digging out. I sent it to the developers. I don't know that they were that impressed. Lion of High Park says, maybe the tragic story of poisoned fish murder in Effing has become such a popular story that there are new Effings popping up all over the country. On one hand, that would be really sick. But on the other, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Uh-oh. Yes, the reserve of logs is low. We've not had a chance to do anything yet, have we? Eventually I'm going to want a woodcutter, which will fit rather nicely here. Or there. Or there. But not right now. Fishies! Yippee! Right. Are you building yourself some houses? Not really, no. Just as well, because somebody would just nick all the food, wouldn't they? Thunderstorm. It's a sign It's an omen that all is not well in New Effing. I like looking from up here and just watching it all develop. Fish poison are needed for new town. Apply within. Yeah, thanks to it. I do like to see what they give priority to. If I tell them to just go off and get a load of stuff and build themselves some houses and find somewhere to store the fish, what do they do first? Because they're not that bright. Lemmingsville. Now come on, let's be positive about this. I mean, what could be worse than what just happened? What could be worse? Nothing could be worse than what just happened, other than it happening by tornado or something. Actually, I didn't have any disasters in the end, did I? I spent all that time on the well. Never even had a fire. Just as well, really. One of my kids has already grown up. Nobody's kids are going to grow up if this goes the same way as the last place. Timo says, I wish that games like this and City Skylines had a mode where they will generally take care of themselves and slowly build a sensible city, so I could leave it on and watch. Nah. Nah. They would never do that in this game. City Skylines I think they might do, but no, in this game, pfft. I wouldn't trust them to tie their own blinking shoelaces. Should we speed this up just a little bit? I don't tend to speed it up anymore. Like when I play on my own now, I play in one speed mode. Timo says, I don't think you're allowed to say that you had no disasters in Effing. I had no official disasters in Effing. Storage barn! Coming in. Somewhere's put the fishies. Right, good. That's a good start. Look at them filling it full of fish! If we end up starving in this town, I call shenanigans. Stefanich says, what happened in Effing would still stay in Effing. You effing hope so. Right, you're going to build yourself some houses now, because it's late summer. The thing is, the problem is that, like, the first person to build a house gets all the food. We've been there before, haven't we? Look at them go, look at them go. Wouldn't this be cool as a screensaver, like watching a town build up? Lion of Hyde Park says, Effing could have been worse, it could have also had poisoned onions. If it had had poisoned onions, that would have happened a lot quicker and saved us a lot of time. And I wouldn't be sitting here now. After nearly 3 hours. But yay, we've got houses! Yippee! Right. Let's put the wood cutter on. Who have we got then? Let's meet our new characters who are going to die. I mean, star. We have got, in house number 1, Everlano, Emalia, and their child, Agathalee. They are my fishermen at the moment. We then have Messica, Lynetta, Cleonel and Montina. We've got Grisella the fisherman, who's only 11 and appears to be living on her own, which is a bit worrying. And then we've got a big family here. This is like Neighbours, isn't it? It's like a new soap opera. We've got Cade, Jacqueline, Lashad and Earldine, and somebody's gone missing. Oh! Fernando has already moved in with Griselle. Well, I never saw that coming. Let's get some houses in back to back with these ones. There. Timo says maybe it was a The Village twist. And they were actually all poisoned by a modern factory upriver. Well, like, the fish didn't seem to be helping, did it? Like, I had food coming in and it didn't seem to be helping. Which is really weird. Have they already eaten all the potatoes? Are you kidding me? How have you got through 1,200 potatoes in... You're not doing yourself any favours, guys. You know that, don't you? Are they all, like, fat bloater people? Right, this hunting cabin just needs to go somewhere. I'm not really that bothered about where for the time being. I just need to start getting something, just anything that doesn't make them start going onto bits of land they shouldn't be on. I'm just going to put it there. It really doesn't matter. Get it going again. Sorry, just speeding through this because I just want to see what happens. Whether these are any more or less stupid than the last lot. Seems to be a little land bridge here that's taking me across to this rather useless bit. It's sort of dividing up two lakes. Right, got a woodcutter, that's good. How much wood would a woodcutter cut if a woodcutter would cut wood? I think it's a fair question. Oh no, not donging. Food! Food's not that low. Shall we see how much food they've nicked? 226 fish. 172 potatoes. 50 potatoes. 245 potatoes. Well, just gonna take that off. Timo says, is Banished the game that can actually get big cities with churches and stuff? Yeah, we never got anywhere near that. But yes, it can. Churches and stuff. We definitely could have done with a graveyard. I just never had enough stone. Right, I've got a couple of people who haven't got a house when it's -3 outside, but oh, it's on its way! It's on its way, please don't die. Imagine them cowering in a corner. There we go, lovely. It's Darrett and Valerissi who need to run and get some food really quick because the food is all disappearing very fast. Oh no. Just get some food. There are 42 fish in the bin. There we go. Did you take them? Yes, you did. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad for you. Get the fish back off everybody else. Well, I hope you're paying attention to the characters in this, because if we come back here, which we inevitably will, because Banished is ridiculously popular in live streams, which is great. I say ridiculously popular, obviously it's still 30 people. But yeah, people seem to really enjoy this. I think it's just quite nice, easy watching, isn't it? But yeah, you need to keep an eye on some of these people, because if this turns into another whodunit, I want to know who done it before it gets down to just there being one person. I mean, it was a bit of a plot twist, because Max Ellen, or whatever his name was, the oldest man, looked, I mean, could have been him, you know, it looked like it. Maybe it was him, and maybe he choked on his own poisoned fish, and maybe Quill knew all about it, and eventually just committed suicide because he couldn't face the truth and didn't want to tell anybody. He could have left the town but decided that the secret was going to go with him. I feel like we've added a whole new level to this game. These locusts do seem quite a lot more willing, don't they? Which in many ways is a bit sad. Banished 2, last man standing. Oh dear. I can't believe that we watched them die right to the end. And at one point I genuinely thought that just maybe it might work. Might have rescued it. So wrong. Couldn't have been any more wrong. Right, let's get a tool maker in. Actually, I also need a tailor. Where are they? Can't find them. There they are. We'll have a little shopping area or something. I don't know. I always like to imagine it's a shopping area. big buildings. I'm slowly starting to run out of locusts. I might have one fewer later, actually. Managed to get quite a lot of resources in, that's good. Wow, look at all those resources. You see, in the other game there was a bit of a problem because I was trapped in a like in a valley, and it just messed everything up. I've already got some stuff to make coats out of, that's good. Hello ZX Specky, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but I've already been going like an hour longer than I intended to, and we're just checking out whether this town can survive its first, like, 3 years. Oh. Darrett and Valarassi have had a child. Meanwhile, Cade and Jacqueline have had another child. Fernando and Griselda have had a child. I don't know what's going on in that house. That's party of 5. Wow. Okay, so we already look better than last time. But last time I was like, this is going to work. I'll make it work. And then the lake ran out of fish. What I should have done in retrospect was, instead of going to the lake, I should have tried to get down to the river, but then this is just a post-mortem now, isn't it? It's just a post-mortem now. It's what's happened is happened. If you don't know what's happened, you'll have to DVR it. Boxes of fish coming out. You just know there's going to be scraps over the fish, don't you? You just know it. Oh well, if they've got fish in their houses, they won't need fish for quite a while. 235 fish. I mean, seriously, 200 fish and 121 venison. It's like watching people stockpile. Disgraceful. Anyway, right, that is it, guys. I'm really sorry. There is a limit to my endurance, and I've just got there. So as I have done quite a lot longer than I intended to, what we'll say, I think, is probably that I won't be back on tonight. But I keep forgetting that it's only Friday. I keep thinking it's Saturday, and it's not Saturday. It's not Saturday, it's Friday. So that means we can probably do something on Saturday. Admittedly, I could probably do a recording another episode or something maybe. But yeah, let's do something tomorrow. I'm thinking if I can get enough people, it would be really cool to do Jackbox, because we enjoy that so much, and sometimes we get people in who have never been to the channel before. So let's have a think. It always depends on what I feel like. So new Effing at the moment, famous last words, looks like it's doing okay, and we have a new house. Let's just see if anybody moves into that. Oh, Montina, the 13-year-old fisherman. I would have liked to have my own house at 13. That would be amazing. But yeah, we just need to keep an eye on the characters, and if you haven't seen this stream and what happened in old Effing, you really need to go and have a look. We've got lots of resources, and we've even got some food. So let's call this a success. And we'll save it, and no doubt we will be back here at some point. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for staying for so long. It's been brilliant. I've had the best part of 30 people for nearly the whole thing, which is awesome these days. I'm really pleased. So I do hope that you'll come back for another stream, which will probably be tomorrow, could be Sunday. I'm going to see if I can persuade a friend of mine to come on, and we'll do 7 Days to Die or similar. But obviously it's not fair to expect my friends to want to do stuff like this. So let's see where we go. So I hope you are all well, and you all have enough food and etc. And unlike the people of Effing, and yeah, don't let your house turn into an effing house. I will see you